All right, you guys. Let y'all get on in here, man. Take a TV, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. We gotta come on in here, man. Appreciate everybody tapping on in. And we definitely getting right to this one, man. As basically, man, it's a wrap for Candace Owens, bro. It is a wrap for Candace Owens. Man, she did it to herself, bro. She did it to herself bad. And I salute everybody that's gonna pull up, pop up in here, man. Um, wow, bro. Wow. Unbelievable stuff, man. Wow. Candace. Um, yeah, man. She if you guys don't know what's going on, Candace Owens has a lawsuit that was placed against her where she basically risked it all over her accusations against um, the First Lady of France. Candace Owens came out accusing this lady of being born something that she was not born. Um, and now she's going to pay a severe price for that. For you guys who don't know what's going on today, it came out breaking news, and Candace Owens, and all y'all was backing Candace. Who took it? Did you watch her series? She was right. I told y'all she's a damn fool. And y'all was sitting up here listening to all this woman's rhetoric, man. And now she's finna lose everything. Everything. Because y'all believe that stuff she was telling y'all. The same way y'all believed her when she was telling y'all to vote for Donald Trump. Then she turned around on Donald Trump and said that was the worst decision ever. No, you don't let all them people that vote for Donald Trump. Now you mad at Trump? Nah, stand on that. Candace, Candace, you was running around here saying that this woman was born a man. And I told y'all that it was already factually proven that that was a lie. But Candace Owens, she ran with it, so they sued that ass for everything she damn near got. And Candace Owens ran out here to all her delusional followers and said, I'm going to put my entire career on it. Everything. I'm risking everything. And y'all fall for this foolishness. And now look. Today, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, 10 people have been convicted and found guilty of cyber harassment of France's First Lady, Bridget Macron, for spreading false claims that she is a transgender woman. 10 people have been convicted for this online harassment of France's First Lady, Bridget Macron. Candace Owens, and to the person who said, I voted for Trump and I'm getting everything I voted for. Are you sure? Didn't Trump say no more wars? But now he's threatening to get into more conflict in Venezuela, conflict in Mexico, conflict in Colombia. Didn't he say no more wars? But he's trying to allegedly end the war with Ukraine and Russia, right? Get out of here, clown. Ain't that what he said? He criticized everybody else. Oh, all these people were doing wars and we don't need that. We need to focus on us. Liar. You want to keep playing this game with me? What about the Epstein files? Why have the Epstein files been pushed to the back? Why have the Epstein files been redacted? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Somebody says you have to have a war. No, when you attack another person's land, that's war. And here's the thing. You guys always think it's okay to go bully and beat up on people you think that you're bigger than and better than. Here's the thing. David beat Goliath. I'm just telling you, man, stop playing these games, right? To the person who says they want to drop the lawsuits, no, they don't. They don't want to drop the lawsuits. That's a lie. That is a blatant lie. Matter of fact, you're a liar. They did not want to drop the lawsuits. In fact, they took evidence in their case against Candace Owens. You're lying. So whoever told you that lie is a blatant liar. And matter of fact, let me read this article to you from CNN, and it's all over the news right now this morning about Mrs. Bridget Macron. Now, regardless of what you feel, you might believe in Candace Owens. and all of these different things. You might want to believe in that, right? But me personally, man, I believe in God. I don't believe in no man, no woman. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of you chumps. See what I'm saying? Let me say it again. That's the difference between me and a lot of these people, right? So let's get into this today, right? Because y'all need to see this because it's all over the news, as I told y'all. Let's get to it right now. Let me make sure I play this for y'all. I want to make sure I play this good for y'all. Make sure I play this good.
The claims and malicious age gap remarks. One of the defendants got a 6-month jail term, while the other... Now we've got some breaking news to bring you from a court in Paris, and 10 people have been found guilty of cyberbullying France's First Lady, Brigitte Macron, with false transgender claims and malicious age gap remarks. Well, one of the defendants got a 6-month jail term, while the others were handed suspended prison sentences of up to 8 months. Well, let's go straight to Paris and join our correspondent there, Hugh Schofield. So, Hugh, first of all, just to bring us up to date on the background to this case and what this group of people were accused of.
Well, people around the world, I think, know now that there is this ongoing issue about false claims about Brigitte Macron. That's the president's wife, a lot older than him, a lot of malicious dirt raking and fabrication has circulated online, and it's got, surprisingly, absurdly, got this huge traction. It is now the stuff of an awful lot of interchanges on the internet. Most famously of all, there is, of course, the American influencer Candace Owens, who has made videos alleging that Brigitte Macron is a man, and claiming to have evidence to back this up, which she's never actually produced. The Macrons have gone on the offensive in all of this, and what's happened here in Paris is like a kind of foreshadower of the bigger court case, which is going to happen at some point in America when they sue Candace Owens for defamation. What's happened here in France is that these 10...
So first of all, that debunks the person in the comment section who said they're dropping the evidence. Or they're dropping the case. You're a liar. They're not dropping the case. The case is going to court in the United States of America. So that's a lie. I told y'all, Candace Owens gonna lose everything, and all you people that keep following that girl, you gonna be sitting up here. Oh man, I can't believe it. I can. Period. Don't y'all understand something? All this woman got to do is go, and they've already been done this, have be examined to see. They all even have the guy daggone evidence of proof that she gave birth to them kids. What the hell is wrong with you people? Listen, some women look like men. I know some women right now who look like men. They can't help it. Some women look like men, straight up. Some dudes I know look damn near like they women, but they men. Cut it out. It is what it is. I know some chicks right now that you could walk outside and say, damn, she's like a man. But it's a woman. Period. So it's easy to try to slam people and think, but ask yourself this question. Has Candace Owens ever seen this woman's box? Is Candace Owens her gynecologist? I'm asking you a question. Has Candace Owens ever seen this woman's box? Is Candace Owens her gynecologist? Ask y'all a question. I'm asking y'all a question. I know a lot of, see, I don't want to be disrespectful on this channel. I know a lot of women who look like men. I can show y'all women right now I say look like men. But women say, oh, Tiki, you being disrespectful. Now I'm just telling the truth. It's some women that's boxing right now that look like men. It's women that play in the WNBA right now that go to them games that look like men. Cut it out. Cut it out. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Y'all need to stop coming in here with this imaginary foolishness, man. Candace Owens is delusional. She the same person. And somebody said, bet your life she's a woman. Tell Candace Owens to bet hers that she was right about Donald Trump. Remember she came out and said, I was so wrong about Trump. Shut up, dog. Sit down and shut up. Sit down, boy. Sit down. Sit down. She was so right about Trump. She the same one now that's bashing Trump. You want to keep that same energy, boy? Do you want to keep that same energy? I don't think you want to play that game with me, dog. I'm cut from a whole different cloth, boy. See, I can use her own words against her. Wasn't Candace Owens the same one, right? Wasn't she the same one? I'm just asking y'all a question, man. Right? Wasn't she the same one who came out here telling everybody that, oh my God, you got to vote for Trump. He's the only answer. And what about now? Would you, since you asked me, would you bet yours on it then? Now, let's hear what Candace has to say about Donald Trump right now. Since all y'all in here capping, let's listen to what she got to say about Trump.
Well, let's be clear. Right now, the people applauding Donald Trump are Meghan McCain, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz ran against Donald Trump, and John McCain, with his dying breath, was a never Trumper, with his dying breath. And I remember Meghan McCain standing at his funeral saying, this country was always great. It never needed to be made great again, to take a stab at Trump, even as she was giving words for her father, which is remarkable, right? So if Trump's aligning himself with the people that didn't support him, and the people that did support him are saying what he's doing is wrong, that doesn't mean that MAGA betrayed Trump. That means that Trump is betraying MAGA, okay? MAGA is a...
You want to play this game with me? But I guess Candace told the truth about Donald Trump too, right? When she told everybody to vote for Trump, he's the guy, he's the only way. You have to vote for him. If you don't vote for Trump, and now she says that Trump betrayed MAGA, he betrayed all these people. Which one is it? You want to play this game with me, boy? You know that I will. Make it make sense. Candace Owens says Trump betrayed MAGA. Make it make sense. She says that Trump promised that we wouldn't go to no wars. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all want to play this game with me? Do y'all want to? Oh, so the lady says we aren't at war. No, you think we're not at war. See, let me tell y'all something. This is the hypocrisy of America, and I hate it. She says name the war. They say name the war. I'm going to tell y'all something. If somebody from another country comes in right now, invades the country, and takes Donald Trump because they say, hey, man, Donald Trump violated international policy and we're going to take him. Guess what? That's an act of war. You at war. The United States instantly will say that's an act of war. See, you don't want to call it a war because you think it's okay to beat up on people that are smaller than you. That's your problem. And you don't have a brain to think about, damn, what could be the consequences? See, when you don't think there's consequences for your actions, that's when you get caught off guard, and that's when it gets bad. Once again, David beat Goliath. David beat Goliath. See, a lot of y'all in here don't think that we're at war with some of those countries over in the Middle East. Why? Because nothing has happened in the last few years. You know why? It's what you call a cold war, a patient war, a quiet war. See, war ain't always what you think it is. It's not how you want it to go. They're not going to hit you the same way that you hit them. They're going to hit you in different ways. And see, people sometimes don't use their mind to think, okay, damn, they got different tactics of war. What do you mean, Ticket? Look what happened in 9/11. All those people we lost. Everybody thinks, oh, no, that was just an aggression act. No. That was from years and years and years of wars overseas that we had. That's why you should go to class and study and understand things about the Cold War. You understand? World War II, the First World War. You got to think about all of these things. See, you think Iraq was a war. When did Iraq strike the United States of America? Think about what I just told y'all. Think about what I just said to everybody. When did Iraq attack the United States of America? You said in the comment section, Iraq was a war. If Iraq was a war, how was Iraq a war, Janet Jackass? When they never attacked us. Iraq never attacked us. It was only us attacking them. Make it make sense, sir. You want to play these games with me? You want to play these games with me? They didn't have a war, sir. There was no war. And you know how I know Jamel Knight? Because I've been to Iraq. I've been to Baghdad, Iraq. Little boy. Yeah, that wasn't a war. That was the United States going in, invading Iraq. That was not a war. Right? Because Iraq never even responded. So if that is a war in your eyes, how can this in Venezuela not be a war when you take the presidency of the Venezuelan people from them? And you said, yeah, and that's regardless of what we think. They should handle their own problems. They got their own country. Let them deal with their own situations. And then his brother says, yeah, and the people fought. Of course, when you go on their land, they have to fight. When you go on their land, if somebody comes on the United States soil right now, the United States soldiers are going to put up a fight. Doesn't mean it's a war. Doesn't mean you attack their country. What are you talking about, dog? Your knowledge is on zero, brother. Your knowledge is on zero. And I want you to understand that. Knowledge and understanding is a lot of things, right? It's a lot of things. Knowledge. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this right for y'all. I gotta really get this. Let me get this thing right. Hold on. All right. Let me get this thing right. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Innocent people lost their lives in Venezuela because of Donald J. Trump and them going and invading that country. But y'all don't care. You don't care about those innocent people that lost their lives. Look how many civilians passed away. Nobody cares because those lives are insignificant to a lot of you guys. It's disgusting. It only means something if it was your family. It's disgusting, right? Let's just tell the truth. And you can't come in here and tell me anything about Venezuela because you can't talk to the Venezuelan people. Why can't you talk to the Venezuelan people? Because you don't speak the lingua. You don't speak the language. Tú no puedes hablar con ellos. Si tú no puedes hablar con esa gente, ¿cómo tú vienes aquí a hablar conmigo? Tienes que caerte la boca, tú sabes. Si tú no puedes hablar con esa gente, ¿cómo tú puedes hablar conmigo? Así mismo, así es. Eres un payaso en YouTube que habla mierda enfrente de todo el mundo, tú sabes, pero así es. La cosa así en este mundo, la cosa así, la gente muy hipócrita, ¿sabes? Yeah, if you can't speak the language, shut up, boy. You don't understand, right? When you go into a different country and invade, that is an act of war, period. If anybody did that in the United States of America, it's an act of war. No questions asked. Then you gonna come in here and talk about something, ain't no war. Ain't no war, ain't no war ticket, ain't no war. What you mean ain't no war? Right? I'm just saying. No, I'm saying to you, sir, you ain't even talked to nobody on the ground levels in other countries. You just talking from the United States and what you see on the news, boy. I lived in Venezuela for 4 years, punk. I lived in Margarita. I lived in Caracas. I lived in many cities in Venezuela. I got friends in Venezuela to this day, boy. The hell wrong with you? You never been to these places, you can't talk. Know your role and shut your mouth when you're talking to somebody who's greater, boy. And as I said to these people, these same people who are getting behind Candace Owens and everything she say, what about what she said about Trump? Candace Owens led the charge for everybody to vote for Donald J. Trump. That's what she did. That's exactly what she did. And now, this is the same person y'all have hit y'all wagon to. Everything she say, y'all believe. Well, why don't you believe what she's saying now about Donald Trump? You damn right I live in Caracas, Bobby B. I lived in Caracas for 2 years, and I lived in Margarita for 2 years. And the island. You damn right. I used to take the ferry from the mainland to Margarita all the time. I love taking the ferry. The ferry is the boat, y'all. Beautiful place. Margarita is beautiful, man. Oh my God. To the person who said how she's finished, because she bet everything that she was right about this woman, and now they have evidence that she was wrong. Today, 10 people were convicted for spreading false claims that she was a transgender. So the person who says you lived in Colombia, I lived in Colombia for 4 years too. That's the thing about me. I lived everywhere. I lived in Colombia for 4 years as well. I lived in Bogota. I lived in Manizales. I also lived in Tunja. You want to play this game with me? I lived in Cartagena. Stop playing with me, dog. I lived in Colombia for 4 years. And Manizales is cold as hell. Tunja, cold. Cartagena, warm all the time on the beach. Bogota, mixed weather. You want to play these games with me, boy? These people ain't been nowhere. They want to tell you about the world. They ain't been nowhere. They ain't got no stamps. They ain't got no stamps. They ain't been nowhere. Let's keep it 100. Straight like that. You said where in the Middle East did I live? Well, first of all, you said in the Middle East. Well, first of all, Dubai is not in the Middle East. That's how I know that you don't know what the Middle East is. The Middle East is different from the Persian Gulf. Dubai is in the Persian Gulf. Dubai is not the Middle East. Everybody says Dubai is the Middle East. That's not the Middle East. It's in the Persian Gulf. And by the way, I lived in Dubai for 1 year. I also lived in Qatar. I lived in Qatar. I lived in Dubai. I lived in Qatar. I lived in Kuwait. That's in the Persian Gulf. Period. The Middle East is different. I lived in the Middle East as well. I lived in Lebanon. I think it was in 2007 I lived in Lebanon. I lived in Zahle, Lebanon, where it's cold as hell. In Zahle. People good as a mug. I remember flying into the airport in the Beirut, half the bridges blown off. This is right after the war had ended back in, I think it was '07. beautiful woman, crazy nightlife. You be like, damn, like you see some buildings blown down, but I mean, the people just live on like it ain't nothing. I wasn't a private contractor. I played professional basketball around the world, sir. We had tournaments in Dubai. We had tournaments in Qatar. You want to keep going on? Right? This is how I got a chance to see the entire world. That's why when people talking this shit, they don't even know what they're talking about. I've lived in Jordan. All these different places. I walked the streets. I lived in Syria. I walked the streets of Damascus. No problem whatsoever. People treat you like, yo, they treat me good as hell. I get up, go 2 o'clock in the morning. Go get me a shawarma. Ain't nobody fucking with me. I'm biggest dude on the street, 6'9". Ain't nobody fucking with me. I'm going outside 2 o'clock in the morning. Streets empty. No problem whatsoever. Anybody see me? Hey, man, this what's up. I walk through the city, ain't no problem. They lie to y'all. That's why I know for a fact they lie to y'all on social media. See, if you ain't never been to these places, you don't know what I'm talking about. I've been to Africa, nigga. I've been to North Africa and South Africa, nigga. Or the Southern Africa, I should say. I've actually been to South Africa, but I've also lived in a few countries in North Africa as well. I've been to Casablanca, Morocco, nigga. Stop playing these games with me. Stop playing these games with me, man. I've been to Algeria. I've been to all these different countries. These dudes just talking. They ain't never been nowhere. They ain't never seen nothing. Period. They haven't. So when they come on YouTube just talking, I've been to Turkey. I've been to goddamn France. Stop this, man. I've been to China. I've been to South Korea. Come on, man, with these games, man. Let's stop this, bro. Let's stop this, bro. They tell y'all lies every single day on the media. Lie. I'm talking about cold-blooded lies. And the people go for it because all y'all get is what they say on the news. See, let me tell y'all a little secret. They lie to y'all overseas. Let me give y'all an example. In the Middle East, they don't have the day-to-day violence that they have in the United States of America. They look at us as hypocrites because we'll sit over here and talk all this shit about these other countries, and it's not true. They don't even have the day-to-day violence like the United States has. Robberies in the store and all these other things. People going and putting guns to each other. So they don't even have that, right? Yeah, to the person who said they went to they was in South Korea. You damn right I was in South Korea. I lived in Incheon. I used to go to Seoul every weekend. Seoul is the shit. Nice nightlife, military base out there. You can go get everything for cheap. Nike store, all that stuff. I already know what it is. Think about what I just said. And y'all let these people that ain't never been nowhere come here and lie to y'all. And then people who ain't been nowhere, who ain't experienced nothing, you can't even really say nothing because you ain't experienced the world. You only going off what they tell you on the news. You going off what Candace Owens telling y'all. Shout out to Kimberly Cunningham too with that donation. I see you in the cash app. $25. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Bro, I play professional basketball around the world, brother. The entire world. So I got to see damn near, man, many countries. When we go on tournaments and stuff, you get to see all these different countries. We traveling, you being in different countries. I'm just telling y'all this. People minding their own business ain't fucking with you. And y'all cool with this. Oh man, you playing games with people. These people ain't bothering you. If you go to these different countries, people mind their own damn business. Period. To the person who said visiting, I ain't visit. I lived in these places. Don't tell me visit. I live there. When I say when you been somewhere for 4 years, you live there. When you live somewhere for 2, 3 years, you live there. Shut your mouth. I've lived in these places. I ain't no went and visited for 1 week and I'm out. No, I live there. The hell is wrong with you? You better know who the hell I be. I lived there. I lived in Argentina. Period. You want to keep going? Excuse me, sir. You're making my point. You say you're not a citizen. There's a difference. You're making my point, sir. I'm not a citizen. I'm an American citizen. And guess what? The lies they tell y'all on TV are straight cold-blooded lies. I never had a problem in any one of those countries with any one of those people. Ever. Ever. That would make it different. Is that I lived in the countries and I never had a problem with any of these people. Ever. And I was on the soil, walking places, going to every single day. Going to stores, going to malls, interacting with people. They lie to you and tell y'all all these lies on social media. And I can show y'all all the pictures. I was in Dubai riding around in a Bentley coupe. These are all facts. I don't show this stuff on YouTube. Stop playing these games. So I'm telling you, it's not a singular experience, sir, when you've lived there for a period of time. It's not a singular experience. You're on the soil every single day. You're living the lifestyle. You're eating the food. You're cooking the food. You're mingling with the people. I'm going and eating in people's houses, teammates, families' houses. I'm learning the culture, all of these different things. The hell is wrong with you? You learn how to speak Arabic. You tell people shukram when they do something good for you, which means thank you. The hell is wrong with you people? Y'all listen to all these people that tell y'all stuff on TV, and most of the people tell y'all stuff on TV ain't never been nowhere. And to the person who says you don't understand the lives of all classes of people, sir, shut up. I know more than you. Where the hell have you been, Fames 308? We should call you 304. We know why they say that. The hell is you talking about, boy? What are you talking about? You don't understand the lives of all the class. What are you talking about? Overseas, it's pretty much the same as the United States of America with the class. You have the upper class, you have the middle class, and you have the lower class. Here's the difference. You have more people that are in the lower class in some of these countries. And the lower class looks like some of the ghettos, the murkiest ghettos in the United States. Some of them was worse than that. Then you have the middle class. Then you have the upper class. People driving Bentleys, Range Rovers, Rolls Royce, all kind of shit. Y'all, I mean, Lambos. Yeah, yeah. You want to do this with me, boy? I asked you where you lived at, boy. Where have you lived, boy? I asked you, where have you lived? You do all that talking, where have you lived, though? You do all that talking, where have you lived, dog? You got to come say where you live, dog. If you gonna do all that talking, bro, you gotta say where you live, bro. You gotta say where you live if you do all that talking. Since you've been so many places, you gotta tell me the best dishes in every country. You said 58 countries. Okay, let's talk about that. What countries you been to, sir? Because see, I can check you right now. I can give you a quick check right now. Because I know you lying, right? I know you lying. Like I said before, I know the dishes that they love to eat in these countries. You say you've been to Nigeria, England. That's only two. You say you've been to 58. Keep going. Keep going. You said two. You said you've been to 58 countries, but you named two. Keep going, dog. It's taking you a long time. Taking a long time, sir. You say you Haitian? Suck a fit, suck a fit. You say you Haitian and Cuban. Suck a fit, suck a fit. Hold on. I want to get back to that other dude. No, you said I'm running my mouth. I asked you. You said you was at 58 countries. I asked you to name them. You named two. You said Nigeria and England. I didn't ask you that. Name the other countries you've been to or shut the hell up. I'm going to block your ass. I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you. Yo, that's not Boule. What are you talking about, bro? When you say saka fit, sakba say, it's like how you know what I'm saying, you greet somebody. You don't know Creole, dog? Haitian people speak Creole and French. What are you talking about, bro? You don't know. You said block you then. Yeah, you a bitch. You a liar, bro. I'm gonna block your ass. Things 304. Cause you a 304. I'm block your ass. You lying, bro. You sitting up here talking about something. You've been in 58 countries. I told you to name the countries. You named two. Then you talk about some nah. Name them. Name them. Name them. Don't come on YouTube trolling. See, you found a dude. You can't pull that off on. You can't pull that off on me. That shit don't work on me, Playboy. When I told you, you prove it. And when you can't prove it, I'm going to cook you. 3 the hard way. Because you deserve to get cooked. Coming here doing all that lying. Y'all run around here on YouTube, listen to these people doing all this lying. Then when I asked him, when it was G-check time, he ain't got nothing to say. Straight up. Told y'all. I can vividly remember being in Syria every single day. You can go outside the house in Syria, walk down the street, and man, in the middle of the night, it's going to be little shawarma spots that's open. They're going to have the guy there going meat going around this little turner. They're going to cut it off right there. They're going to have some fresh juice for you right there. Shit, good as hell. Good as hell. I used to eat me some nice fish over there in the restaurant. They used to fry fish for me. Boom, all that. Man, come on, man. Cut this foolishness out, man. Stop playing these games. I used to have fish with the potatoes. He used to boil the potatoes and then slice them into pieces like that. Man, it was so good. People come on here lying and shit like that. Just lying. Nigga just lying. Somebody asked me if I ever live in Mexico. You damn right. You damn right. You damn right. Bro, they got Walmart in Mexico, bro. What are we talking about, man? That's all you need to know. I used to be in Walmart every day. They got everything. Everything you got in the States, they got in Mexico. Every restaurant. But, you know, that's not the Mexican culture, but they got it. You know what I'm saying? So the person said they stay away from that country. I mean, you got people go over there every day. I mean, I used to cross the border all the time in San Diego and go right in, you know what I'm saying? I used to be all the time in Mexicali and all of the, man, listen, bro. Tijuana. Bro, one time I never forget, I tell y'all this story. One time I was in Tijuana and I was in a hotel. They had us staying in a hotel. I was in a hotel and across the street from the hotel was a 7-Eleven. And I never forget this. I walked across the street because I was hungry, man. I was like, man, I gotta give me a snack, nigga. So I was going over to 7-Eleven to get me a honey bun. Cause in 7-Eleven over in Mexico, you used to have the best freaking honey buns ever. If you live in Mexico, you know I ain't lying. You go inside the 7-Eleven in Mexico, man, you get a honey bun. Man, them honey buns are good as hell. So I had to go get me a honey bun. I went out the hotel, walked across the street. Just all I did was walk across the street to go into 7-Eleven. Man, I'm going into 7-Eleven. I look to my right, just glanced at my right, and I see like 4 dudes in a whip with like big ass guns. I'm like, oh shit. I act like I ain't see it. I just walked in real quick, bought my shit, walked out, and went straight back to the hotel. I said, oh hell no. No dice. I got from out that 7-Eleven ASAP, nigga. I said, damn, that nigga waiting on somebody. Nigga, I went that junk, got me a honey bun, a Gatorade, and got daggone. They used to have Arizona iced tea. Oh my God, I used to love them Arizona iced teas in Mexico. Y'all done made me forget about that. Now I remember. That's exactly what I used to get. I used to go in that joint and get a honey bun, Gatorade. I used to get like 3 Gatorades and like 4 or 5 Arizona iced teas. Man, them shits was good as I don't know what. And you can go, they got the best tacos on the corner in Mexico that you'll ever, bro, them corner taco stands that they got in Mexico, bro. Shit, Corey Turner, what's up, C-Turn? What's good, homie? Hey, man, they got some good ass little taco stands in Mexico too, bro. No cap. No cap. I forget the name of the other gas station they got out there. I think it started with an O if I'm not mistaken. In Mexico. I used to go in that joint and make me a nice hot dog all the fucking time, bro. You go in that joint and make you man, I used to load that hot dog up, man. I used to go in that joint and give me like 2 hot dogs, bro. I used to go in that joint and get like 2 hot dogs. Man, I'm talking about I put everything on a hot dog, boy. Chili, got daggone mustard, ketchup, cheese, relish. Man, I used to load that hot dog, both of them hot dogs, up. Straight up. I don't think people really understand. And then when you want some American food, I just go to McDonald's. They got Carl's Jr. out there. They got everything out there. See, people, they'll lie to y'all. They won't tell y'all all this stuff I'm telling y'all. They make y'all think other countries don't got this shit. Other countries got all that shit, man. You know what I mean? Man, let me tell you something. They had some of the best hot dogs in the gas station I could ever imagine in Mexico, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The way you can make them hot dogs, bro. Shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I used to go in that joint though. Like I said, I used to go in that joint and get them honey buns though, bro. Them honey buns are so damn good. The glaze was coming out the pack. I was like, dog, man. To the person who said you don't think Candace is finished, here's the reason why Candace is finished. Because they're suing her for her net worth. And even Candace Owens said herself that she's risking everything with this lawsuit. She knows she is. Because once she loses in the United States of America, it's going to bankrupt her. She's going to be out of here. She's basically going to lose everything. And not only that, she's going to lose her credibility, whatever that she got left with any of the people that she got left for saying this stuff. Remember Candace Owens was the one. Let me tell y'all this. She was the one that was leading everybody to vote for Trump. Candace Owens was one of the main ones out here telling everybody to vote for Donald Trump. She was one of the main ones. She was front line in that thing to vote for Donald Trump. Period. Period. Right? So the reason why she's finished is because it's not only her money, it's her reputation. She won't be able to. Candace Owens has burned her circles. She's burned her connections to every circle. Period. See, they can lie and tell y'all this stuff on social media, but what they can see, and this is the thing, I don't promote lies. I don't promote lies on YouTube. I just don't. Right? We have to tell the truth. Some people don't look like what you see. Some dudes want to think, okay, some women look womanly, some women look not. Let me tell y'all something. I know some dudes right now that get fooled every day because they think that a woman is a woman and she's a man. Yo, I thought that was a woman. Don't y'all see these videos on social media every day on X? Where these dudes running around here thinking these women are really women and they're men? I know some women, like I said, who look like men who are women. Straight up. I've seen them walking around here pregnant. Look like men. Everybody say, yo, that's a dude. No, sorry. Nope. Nope. Like I said, and to everybody who keeps saying this, Candace Owens is not this woman's gynecologist. This is why they've convicted these people today. They got convicted in the court of law for lying that this woman was transgender. Y'all don't read the news. CNN just put the news out. It's all over the world. BBC, all over the world. The news just came out today. And now Candace Owens lost her. But like I said, since Candace Owens' credibility, everybody keeps talking about Candace Owens got great credibility, Ticket. She has great credibility. Does she? Now, let me ask y'all a question. Everybody in this comment section that thinks Candace Owens is 100% credible, press 1. If you don't think she's 100% credible, press 2. If you think Candace Owens is 100% credible, press 1. If not, press 2. I want to see where the people stand on this. I want to see where the people stand on this. Because they run around here acting like Candace Owens is the most credible person they ever heard. It's not about being a billionaire. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. She's not only gonna lose her money, Candace Owens is gonna lose all her credibility. She's gonna be done after this. Her career is gonna be over with. Nobody's gonna believe anything she says. Right? So everybody wanted to go against me, but don't none of y'all believe that she's 100% credible. Now here's why. Let's get to this.
What is happening now is it seems like you think your base is stupid. That's how I feel. I feel like Trump thinks his base is stupid, or again, because I don't think he's pressing send on these messages, the people around him certainly think that Trump is stupid. What is happening now is it seems.
Do y'all believe that? Since you believe Candace Owens, do you believe what she just said? Candace Owens said Donald Trump think his base is stupid. Do y'all believe that? I'm just asking y'all this. That's not true. Candace Owens made allegations that that woman was a man, period. And that's why she's going to court right now, sir. Know your role and shut your mouth. Know your role and shut your mouth. Meanwhile, since you missed the news, they already were showing, and I'm talking about the Democrats, already were showing scientific evidence that this woman was born a woman. But y'all won't put y'all faith in Candace Owens. Candace Owens told everybody that Donald Trump was the answer. And now, all of a sudden, Candace Owens is she's the leader of the anti-Donald Trump group.
What is happening now is it seems like you think your base is stupid. That's how I feel. I feel like Trump thinks his base is stupid, or again, because I don't think he's pressing send on these messages, the people around him certainly think that Trump is stupid. What is happening?
Huh. Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up perhaps voting for him? I mean, he can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment, and I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen, and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of politics in America is going to look very differently because of his actions. So,
Since y'all agree with Candace, do y'all agree with that? Now, Candace Owens, I want y'all to think about what I just said to y'all. Candace Owens admitted that she told all these people to go vote for Trump. She told all these people, hey man, y'all gotta go vote for Trump. Now she say she regretted. Hold on, Candace. You told them people to go vote for Trump. Now you regret it? What you mean? You done already led them to the water and told them to drink. Now you regret it? Which one is it, y'all? I believe Candace ticket. Did you believe her when she told you to vote for Trump? Or do you believe her now when she told you, nah, Trump ain't the guy. He's a disappointment. He ain't what we thought he was. I'm waiting. And this is why I told y'all, I've never voted for any of these clowns in my lifetime. I don't believe in any of them. They all weasels, if you ask me. Every last one of them. Weasels. This is the main reason why I never vote. Because I don't like or respect any of them. Now, you want to keep playing this game? Y'all sit up here and talk about, hey man, ticket. But Candace is very credible. Candace said that she regrets telling all y'all to vote for Trump. Do y'all agree with that? So the person who says, you can't believe something is wrong, no, that's my point. So now what Candace is proving wrong with this is she comes back and says, I was wrong. I told everybody that woman was a man and now I'm wrong. What you going to say now? Y'all done already slandered her. The foolishness have been done. The deed has already been done. You can't take back all the slander y'all put out behind Candace Owens. Make it make sense. Which one is it? Pick a side. I'm just saying. So you're gonna bash somebody all the time, and then if she's wrong, then she comes back and say, "Hey guys, I was wrong. I apologize." What you gonna say now? Oh my bad. Take it. No, you damage. Y'all done already did the damage. To the person who says you don't know she was wrong, you do know she was wrong. They provided evidence, Janet Jackass. It's all over the news. Are you not listening to what I'm saying? They've already provided evidence, scientific evidence on this woman. What the hell is wrong with you? That's why people were convicted today. That's why we're using it on live right now. Ain't no if, Mr. Master Key Poppy. Know your role and shut your mouth, boy. Look at the chat. Look at the screen, boy. Can you not read? They did, sir. What are you talking about? It's all over the news. Something is wrong with these people, ladies and gentlemen. Something is really wrong with these people. So the person says, vote. No, I don't vote for evil. I don't care what type of evil it is. I don't vote for the greater or the lesser. I don't vote for any of it. No. And you're not a wussy if you don't vote. You're a wussy if you're forced into doing something that you don't have to do. You don't have to vote. You have a right not to vote. See, let me tell you something. If you feel like something's not good enough for you, you have a right to sit out and not vote. You don't have to be forced to vote for somebody you really don't believe in. And I urge every single person to only vote if you 1,000% of believe in somebody. I'm not voting just to vote. Nah, man. You got to earn people vote. And that's the problem with y'all. A lot of people ain't earned y'all vote. Y'all just voting because y'all think it's okay. Oh, I got to vote, man. Oh, I'm voting because I don't want this other person to get in. Nah, man. Nah, man. You vote for who you want to vote for. If you don't want to vote, you don't have to vote. That's why the United States is supposed to be free. When you force the people to vote, that's a dictatorship. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. If you go into a restaurant and you don't like no food on the menu, you ain't got to eat. You can go somewhere else. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. That's why they call it options. It's a beautiful thing. And I think people really have to understand this stuff. Right? They really have to understand this stuff to understand what I'm saying. Right? Peep game. Candace Owens been walking back stuff she been telling y'all. Right?
Something happened all the way back in February, and I was sworn to secrecy temporarily, and I feel that today is the correct day to inform audiences because it may have some severe global implications. So here is what happened, all right? I realize that Emmanuel Macron is in Washington, D.C., February 24th. He is in Washington, D.C., and he had departed the White House just hours before I received the call. When I call that person back, they tell me something that is even stranger. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war unless you stop speaking about his wife. And I'm just going, what? And I get another message that's like, hey, keep your phone on. And anyways, this phone call is coming from Florida. Pick up the phone, and lo and behold, so here's what happened. I'm negotiating this thing. I'm negotiating Ukraine and Russia, and you wouldn't believe how many parts are part. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me, and in true President Trump fashion, he jumps right into the narrative.
So Trump called her, she said, over what she said. Trump called her, even though she been running around here telling everybody that Trump ain't this, Trump ain't that. We all made mistakes, is what she said. We all who voted for Trump made a huge mistake. I can't believe we made a mistake. I can't believe it. Yeah. You gonna play this game with me? I don't think you want to do that. I don't think that's a good idea. She's gonna lose all her credibility after this one. Whatever she has left, she didn't have any with me. Like I said, she told all those people to go vote for Trump. Now she says she regretted. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now you regret it. Now you say Trump is doing everything he said he wouldn't do. And you regret telling anybody to vote for Trump. But y'all, tell me if y'all believe that. So which Candace do you believe? The one who told y'all to vote for Trump? Or the one who told y'all that she regret telling y'all to vote for Trump? I'm just saying. Right? Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I'll never vote unless I see a candidate that is 100% not corrupted and for all the people, which I don't see nobody at that with that type of mindset being able to get to that level. I'll just be honest with y'all. They won't let people like that get to that type of level. It's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? They've made this thing into two big gangs and put them against each other. Red and blue. Democrats, Republicans, just like on the street. But these people in the front offices in suits, and they doing way more damage than anybody else could ever do. And until you open your eyes and you see this, until you all start demanding answers about why all these Epstein files are being hidden and not being fully released and unredacted, until you see all of this, let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. Ask yourself, why won't they just give us all the Epstein files unredacted? Where we can see all the pictures where it exposed all these evil people. Why won't they do it? You gotta ask yourself that question, like what you stand on? Like, what's your principles in life? Do you stand on anything like worth merit, morals, ethic, dignity, principles? What do you stand for in your life? Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, Straight Drought Weight Loss Formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.